Hello, this is the e-NABLE R&D Hangout for 2015, July 20th. And welcome aboard, everybody. You said you wanted to show us your hands, Gabriel?
Certainly. I went ahead and did Jason's design of the Phoenix hand, and I've done one at 105% and another one at 150%. Now, from what me and Jason were just talking about, the middle part of the finger, I think what's that called, the phalange? No, whatever. This part right here is supposed to bend in first, and then the rest of it. I guess the two hands that I made are bending the whole hand at the exact same time, or the whole apparatus. Instead, they're supposed to fold over and then pull in, I suppose.
Yeah, that does make for a better grip.
Right, and so I did the thermal forming gauntlet, and I kind of like it. Although it doesn't look as beefy as the other one does, and it doesn't look as sleek, but it works really well. I feel like it's a lot stronger, and I like the fact that there's two different areas to put Velcro straps in.
Now, is that the new design that has one ridge down the middle? The dovetail is on the gauntlet?
I believe it does. It's really faint. Oh, no, this is not. I don't know if you can see that very well.
Okay.
It's
got
not.
This is the
I
one.
I want to do that one because that one looks snazzy as heck.
Yeah. So reversing which side the dovetail's on is pretty cool for that connection.
Yeah. And so it works really well. Again, this maybe the one at 105. I may have it tightened down too much, but the tree right where it adjusts, if you've got it works, but it doesn't look like it's moving a whole lot inside the gauntlet or the box. That's just my observation. Well, I guess.
Well, when you're just pulling straight on it, it's not going to move. It's when you have various shapes inside of the hand.
Right.
Yes. Now.
So, go ahead. It moves. It does move when it's supposed to.
Well, it's very good at moving the outside fingers versus the inside fingers. So you can do this very easily and make the Spider-Man motion where he's got his two middle fingers down.
Oh, yeah?
What it's not as good at is moving the two left fingers as opposed to the two rightmost fingers, or vice versa.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that it can do very, very well. But that's because it's sliding the wires between those two. Now,
right.
The two on the left, but not the two on the right, that's just trying to turn the whipple tree back and forth, and it just can't move as much as those wires move between the different fingers.
Right.
I've got an idea. Okay, go ahead.
Oh. The whipple tree right here on the bigger hand, on the 150, it does seem to move around a lot more. Of course, it's a bigger hand, and it's got a lot more. It's got a lot more room to move around, or it's got a lot more string to move around, so the whipple tree will react a lot more than the smaller hand. But it just seems like if you push down on the whipple tree on the 150, it just moves really nice, as opposed to on the 105. If I push it down in there, it's stuck until I fold the hand over, when it'll pull the whipple tree out. And so it's not necessarily a bad thing or a different thing. It's just something I noticed.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a bad thing or
It just doesn't have as much room to move.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
So It's not bad. One of the nice things is if you look at what you can actually do with your own hands, we only have a certain amount of adjustability anyway, and it does give a little bit. And most of our hands aren't as small as 100 or 105 anyway. But I do have some ideas. When I get back to my machine again, I've got one or two things I'd like to try to see if I can improve on that.
Cool. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited now about all this stuff. I'm gonna try and log into to my computer now. So I'll see you guys in just a bit.
Okay. See you when you get connected. So you. Sorry, who was just talking?
Estoy con una foto. I know Spanish. I know English.
My Spanish isn't very good. I'm sorry.
I'm not hearing him very well. It sounds like there's a lot of interference.
Yeah, it was difficulty hearing any of the words you were saying, English or Spanish. Sorry, Blas.
Espérame, acepto. Leído. Entrar.
Blas, ¿dónde estás? ¿Cuál país?
Yo estoy en México. Lo que pasa es que yo tengo la discapacidad de esta mano. Ahorita quería cargar una foto para que la vieran de qué es lo que yo estoy haciendo con la ayuda de otra persona. Hicimos, haz de cuenta.
He'd like to upload a photo that he took with the help of somebody else.
Okay. Is that what he just posted? He just posted that into the normal chat, so.
Ya lo cargué en el chat, no sé si la vean. Ahí viene mi mano y los dedos que tengo. Y lo que estamos haciendo es una capucha para poder poner los dedos al muñón y a completar el otro dedo que me hace falta. Nada más que...
¿Haciendo una mano?
Sí, estoy aquí en México con la colaboración de... Hay otro muchacho de aquí del círculo que se llama Antonio Cruz. Entonces, en colaboración con él lo estamos haciendo y eso me canalicé con él, con Joel Miguel. También es de aquí del círculo y él es de Guadalajara, yo soy del Distrito Federal. Entonces, aquí en el distrito me queda más cerca Antonio. Entonces, ahorita estamos diseñando, no sé si ya vieron la imagen de la foto y es lo que es así como la quiero yo diseñar para que poder hacer el mismo movimiento de agacharla y que se cierren los dedos que me hacen falta y también el otro haga la misma función.
Okay, so he's trying to do new hand designs with a few other people that are in the circles, and trying to figure out something for when you lack some fingers.
Right, where you have some but not others.
Right.
Ian did a few different glove arrangements that mostly for partial fingers, and there are a lot of experiments where people have built the gauntlet or the hand so that some of the fingers are in place and they just cut out the ones that exist, and sometimes use the Ian style partial finger extension for the rest of it.
Blas, hay un hombre llamado Ian que está haciendo un diseño por los dedos parciales. Y también hay gente que están haciendo manos que son casi completo, pero están cortando las partes que no necesitan del mano plástico. Y hay muchas versiones de esto. ¿Tienes una foto de su diseño?
si uno la subía aquí al Hangout, es que no sé cómo subir la videollamada.
Lo siento, no
El
puedo oír.
chat de Hangout ya subí las fotos.
Oh,
Que ya subí las fotos a Hangout. Al chat. A ver, ahí está. Es que no sé cómo subirlas aquí a la videollamada. No sé si le puedas ver.
un momento, déjeme chequear.
Ajá.
Puedo ver la mano del hombre.
Ajá.
Yeah, we can see the picture of the hand. I'm not sure if he has a picture of his design. ¿Tienes una foto de su diseño que estás elaborando?
Sí. Esa es, y pues, yo lo que quiero es, esa es mi mano.
Sí, sí,
Yo lo
sí.
que quiero es hacer el pulgar, el índice, el medio y el anular, bueno, y completar el anular. Entonces, ahorita estamos trabajando en cómo pegarle a esas bases los dedos, porque esas las vamos a hacer agarradas con unas cintas a los muñones y tantita tela para que no evitar el sudor y que hagan el mismo movimiento que las demás, o sea, a doblarla y se flexionen los dedos.
Oh, un momento, yo estoy recordando algo. Trouble, wasn't
Yes.
somebody posting something the other day about using one finger to push down the other? Maybe Bob or somebody, but
Bob Ross, I think, was talking about a design like that.
sí, hay un hombre llamado Bob Ross. Él estaba pensando en lo mismo cosa, usar algunos dedos para empujar la máquina para los otros dedos. Si puedes encontrar eso en el círculo, en el Google Group, tal vez puedes encontrar eso. Déjeme chequear si yo puedo encontrarlo.
Sí,
I'm going to look and see if I can find that on the e-NABLE group.
Right. You can probably use the sidebar, the left-hand sidebar of the Google community. There's a search tool. You search for his name, you should be able to find
Yeah, I'm
comments where he was talking about that.
Roth, I see.
Yeah, Roth.
I misspelled it, but found it. Found him.
ok. Aquí está la página. Ok. Sí, ya me llegó el link.
Sí.
Ya porque ahorita nosotros ya nada más estamos en pegarle, así queremos pegarle ya los dedos a a las bases, porque ya están hechas a la medida, ya se hizo con el 3D para mi mano, y
Sí.
ya nada más era lo de hecho, la persona, te digo, o sea, yo recurrí a otra persona, como casi no le sé mucho lo de la ingeniería de esto de los dedos, entonces más o menos le voy dando las ideas, y él, por eso se unió al grupo, para que él también lo que ve me lo transmite y ya hacemos como una retroalimentación cada que él hace las piezas para poder irnos así de la mano para que yo lo que quiero es que no sea tan estorbosa y que sí me sea funcional.
Entonces, no estoy cierto que tenemos muchas manos completas por este problema, pero estamos... hay algunas personas que están haciendo algunas manos. Yo no sé quién exactamente. Déjeme chequear. Trouble, do you remember who's working on partial hand designs or who's done like the stuff
Sorry,
where
I said Ian earlier. I meant Ivan Owen was doing some stuff with partial hands. He was doing things with people with partial fingers, a glove and a finger cap that would go around the end of the stub of the finger and would flex when the finger was pulled, with a glove that was worn that had things on the back to mount the strings that ran the pulleys, or that ran the fingers.
Okay. I found his page. I don't see any useful links yet.
Yeah, hold on, let me see if I can find.
Blas, estamos buscando una página útil. Un momento.
Sí, no te preocupes.
Okay. Here's a YouTube video that he posted showing it.
Ya. No, y de hecho también, por ejemplo, la persona esta con la que lo estamos haciendo es, como ya es que, bueno, es algo, aquí en México sí es un poco costoso lo de la impresión, entonces también es, pues lo hacemos con calma porque pues no te tiene para costear todo de un jalón.
Tú quieres usarlos en un momento de como los otros, ¿verdad? Nada
Sí.
más quieres un conversión de lo que tienes ahora y lo que quieres que poner los dedos encima de esos, ¿verdad?
Que estén agarrados para que hagan la función así de, como el otro dedo de arriba, pero a la hora de que yo haga así la mano. Para
Ok,
que me-
entonces, ¿quieres usar este dedo o quieres usar el de the wrist? Aquí.
Quiero
La muñeca.
Ya.
desde la muñeca va, es como la habíamos pensado. De aquí va agarrado la otra brazalete con los hilos y aquí van montados los otros dedos. Entonces,
Ok.
por medio de un guante, estábamos pensando un guante, pero como es un poco grande, entonces así independientemente poniéndolo aquí así con las tiras, agarrar a la base esa. Y la base esa agarrarla con las correas.
Sí. ¿Puedes ver el video de Trouble?
Yeah. Have you looked at that yet?
¿Sí lo has visto?
No, ahorita es lo que voy a ver.
Sí, en el chat había un video. Y
Same chat with
también
posted
dos
his
links.
photos on.
Ah, sí, de que nada más tiene los tres dedos, algo así.
Ujú.
El detalle que, por ejemplo, aquí, eso es lo que yo estaba ideando, pero aquí sí tiene, la persona esta sí tiene sus muñones con los tres, dentro de los dedos. Yo no tengo los dedos
Claro.
completamente, entonces sí era que habíamos diseñado la base para ahí anclar los dedos.
Yeah, the issue is that it's kind of a worst case scenario because it's just kind of for the index finger and the middle finger, and he's
Right.
got a little bit of that ring finger, but is that enough to power? Yeah, he's got that in the pinky. Is that enough to power the other two fingers that he needs? And getting the full giant gauntlet just for the index finger and the ring finger, that's a little much.
Right. It might be something where you could get away with a standard glove and mounting I don't know, like a knuckle bar across the back of the knuckles to, yeah, I don't know. If you look at the Ivan Owen hands, you can see that he's got, for partial fingers, that would give some motion to the partial ring finger. But for the other two fingers that are missing and the thumb, we might, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. The wrist actuation might be a bit much. But it might be something that could be done using a glove, like a fingerless glove, that he could wear on his hand that you mount a couple of places to run the cables through on the back of the glove, you know, a couple of like holes or a block that you can run holes through, and then something around the wrist, like a bracelet that the tendons could mount to, and then you could still have the wrist actuated. Yeah, something like that.
De hecho, mira, ahorita ya buscando, aquí está, te acabo de subir otra foto, Así es como es el diseño en sí.
Sí, Trouble estaba diciendo que tal vez podías usar como un guante, pero un guante que no tiene los dedos. Y
Ajá.
tal vez puedes montar dos dedos ah, encima de eso, pero una brazalete o algo. No la guante, no la parte por el brazo, pero algo simple como una brazalete por la muñeca para poner
Sí, los
alam-
hilos, los alambres.
los
De hecho,
alambres. Sí.
de hecho, por eso o sea, te digo, o sea, ya la foto que subí, así es el bosquejo que yo había pensado. Se ven los dedos así dibujados, las piezas que ya hicimos y el brazalete hasta arriba, que es el que, ahora sí que, no sé si le puedas poner otra vez la página, bueno, la foto para que la vean, ya para que de la que acabo de subir, y más o menos así es, ese es el diseño. Entonces ahorita lo que nosotros estamos, digo, la persona que me está haciendo el diseño, ya nada más estoy esperando a que le pegue los primeros, o así se puede decir, falanges a la base para que tenga la movilidad.
You want me to get that, Jason?
Yeah, more or less.
But he's already got the base. What he's waiting for the other guy to do is to attach the fingers to those bases that we've seen pictures of, kind of like it's in the drawing that he has down there.
Yeah, and I guess it just needs to be attached like on the bottom and the top. I'm not quite sure how you keep the fingers from wiggling around too much. I guess it needs something fairly solid on the top, like a plate.
Right. Those pieces that they've already printed out they look pretty form-fitting. Now, if there were a way to just attach them all together to just make them one solid piece, they could all use the fingers to make them a lot more solid, or to keep it from moving around too much.
Right, right.
So
I mean, the thing that Rob Roth was talking about doesn't, where he's got one wire on one finger and that pushes down the other fingers. I'm interested if that would work. He's just not very far along on that yet.
Right, it's something that he's just started working on. It's pretty new. So I'm screen sharing the picture of one of Ivan Owen's partial finger arrangements.
Sí.
You
Esta
can
es la
see,
foto de una cosa de Ivan Owen.
you can see that it's got the plastic piece on the back of the glove. You could probably put a knuckle bar at the top of that plastic piece that you could mount fingers to, and then instead of having the tendons run from the finger to the plastic base on the back of the hand, you could run it down past the wrist to something attached to a bracelet or a vambrace or some sort of
Okay,
what we
entonces,
usually call the gauntlet, that has like a wrist brace of some sort.
Blas, puedes ver que hay esa parte de arriba de la mano y tiene el alambre, pero Trouble está diciendo que tal vez Trouble could... Oh,
Oh, do you want me to show the picture again?
yes, please.
Okay, I have to do that.
Trouble está sugiriendo que puedes usar algo así, puedes conectar los dedos a esta, y había una brazalete también, pero todo está conectado con una barra para los nudos, y puedes mover un dedo y todos los dedos como el dedo que ya tiene, y todos los otros dedos mecánicos muevan con esa.
Sí. De hecho, bueno, sí es buena idea. Bueno, a mí eso sí me pareció al principio buena idea. El hecho por lo que yo descarté el guante es porque mi mano es más chica, bueno, es más flacas mis manos que la de los demás. tengo de manos chicas y todos los guantes, o sea, si no los mando a hacer a la medida y eso, y como sí quiero que sea funcional para poder seguir cargando y ciertas cosas, lo mejor que ideamos era algo que estuviera adherido prácticamente a la mano para poder, que me pudiera dar esa fuerza y para poder agarrar esa movilidad tan como la tenía antes, que tenía los dedos, porque si no me va a servir así de mucho, sino nada me va a servir estéticamente el hacerme los dedos. Entonces, así ya era como lo planeamos, y independientemente es y por eso fue de que se descartó lo del guante, porque haz de cuenta, cuando tú haces fuerza con el guante, como no tengo punto de agarre, se me va a salir, se me vaya esto, entonces ese es el problema que corro yo con el guante.
Mm.
That his fingers are too small, and he's trying to work on a non-glove.
Yeah, I'm just not quite sure what to suggest.
From the sounds of it, it seems like he's got somebody that he's working with.
Yeah, he's just kind of looking for any additional ideas,
Collaboration. Yeah.
alternatives.
Si quieres, nosotros vamos a asistir en dando la información de la gente que están haciendo esto, para que usted puede conectar con ellos, con tu amigo.
De hecho, sí me interesa así, por ejemplo, a lo mejor yo seguir viendo, ¿cómo se llama? Más diseños y ya trabajar con el que tengo para mejorarlo o para cambiarle algunas cosas, porque no, al final de cuentas todavía me falta, por ejemplo, el amarrarle los dedos, que es ahorita lo que estamos, el siguiente paso que estamos, ¿no? Pero ya después va a venir la movilidad. ¿Cómo vas a mover los dedos si son independientes? Entonces, eso todavía no llegamos hasta ahí, pero sí me hace pensar en que voy a necesitar, así que viendo los diseños que me acaban de enseñar, sí voy a necesitar algo más que nada más las simples piezas como las estoy haciendo.
Sí. Me parece muy interesante y por favor, pon todo eso en la página de Google Group y a veces si puedes poner más y más diseños de lo que estás haciendo, podemos hacer más sugerencias.
No, que no sé si, de hecho, yo porque como no hablo inglés, entonces también se me dificulta, pero sí, sí.
No es el página de Google Group.
Ajá.
Si haces eso, hay algunas personas que hablan español y podemos añadir más y podemos decir más. No necesitas decir todo en inglés.
Ok, de acuerdo. Sí, te digo, ya, entonces, yo ahorita, cada 15 días estamos sacando una pieza, entonces ahorita dentro de la siguiente semana ya, ya tengo la pieza con los dedos, entonces les voy a tomar fotos y ya, para subirla, y ya ver qué me sugieren, y así como me dices, ¿no? Subir las fotos para que si hay otra gente interesada o haciendo lo mismo por dedos, y ya me comente algo y me diga, o me dé sugerencias, ¿no?
Ok, pues suena como tú y tu compañero tienen un buen diseño y están trabajando duro. Si pueden leer estos links que hemos
Sí.
hecho y mostrarlos a su compañero, tal vez podemos hablar más de eso en otra página o en la próxima semana. O no
Ok.
la próxima semana, pero la próxima reunión.
No, eso sí, de hecho para eso, para otra semana, pues yo voy a postear mis adelantos y ya pues cuando nos veamos otra vez en otra videoconferencia, pues ya te digo más o menos ahora cuáles son los problemas que tengo o si me sirvió los enlaces que vi o si ya contacté a más gente.
Bueno.
Ok.
Ponlo todo en los Google Groups, ponlo todo, las fotos y qué necesitas ahora y qué quieres del grupo para asistir.
Ah, ok, sí. Entonces sí para hacerlo. Y ya porque, o sea, yo honestamente lo hice de la nada, ¿no? Yo nada más sabía que estaban ustedes y empecé a buscar y vi que los diseños de la mano, entonces pues ya nada más fue el pensar y conseguir a la persona, al ingeniero, para decirle, ¿sabes qué? Vamos a necesitar que me hagas esto en base de enseñándole las fotos de ustedes.
Sí.
Entonces, pues ya hubo alguien aquí en México que me dijo, mira, alguien que también se está interesando por hacer esos diseños, y ya fue que lo contacté. Entonces, ahorita estamos en eso. Porque, bueno, independientemente de lo que siga, también tengo más compañeros de trabajo que ellos sí necesitan la mano completa, pero pues sí es lo que queremos hacer, ayudarlos. Y entonces, pues ahorita empezar por esto y como él
Claro.
me dice,
Ok.
como él me dice, ¿no? Entonces, pues aquí estamos y pues voy a postear todo y a ver qué sale para otra semana.
Ok.
Wait.
Ojalá que podamos ayudarte en el futuro también.
Ok, no, gracias.
Before he goes, wow, there's a lot of echo. What about the idea on the side?
What about which idea?
The Thingiverse.
Are you talking about the Thingiverse link for Ivan Owen's replacement finger, or?
The one below it. Uno,
Oh,
three.
below it.
Sorry, I muted him.
Yeah,
That's okay.
let him know that he can unmute himself when he's ready to talk.
Si quieres hablar, tienes que poner el micrófono, que lo hundas, y ya puedes hablar si quieres.
We only
Yeah.
mute to
Ahí está, sí.
reduce echo.
Y ahí está el micrófono.
Ujú. Puedo entender mejor que hablar.
Ah, ya. Me preguntabas algo es que no te entendí lo que me preguntabas. Ah, sí, es que ese es un pequeño problema que el idioma, ¿no? Pero al final de cuentas, pues, mientras con las fotos se va resolviendo y ya uno que otro que sí más o menos se entiende, pues ya lo que estoy tratando de hacer es hacer mi mano, y ese es los diseños que tengo ahorita, bueno, del que estoy partiendo.
Ajá.
Entonces,
¿Puedo mostrarle un foto?
sí,
Ok, momento.
sí.
¿Cómo se dice to click?
Ah, ya lo mandó, ya la vi.
Sí.
Sí, de hecho, así es como, haz de cuenta, ese diseño es para el dedo, el que me hace falta.
Ujú.
En base a ese hicimos el capuchoncito. El detalle ahorita es lo que le decía, que el problema va a ser para que funcionen los 4 dedos a la vez. Eso sí es, todavía no llegamos hasta ese punto, pero ahorita con lo que me están mandando de fotos y de imágenes, pues creo que ya me estoy dando más o menos una idea para lo que sigue, porque sí, te digo, empezamos de la nada y sí, pues al diseño que realmente queremos tiene que ser funcional y tiene que ser porque ya no soy, en parte porque ya no es como un niño, entonces como ya tuve la mano, entonces voy a querer casi hacer lo mismo cuando la tenía. Por eso es de que estoy buscando el hacerlo lo más posible y semejante a la mano, no con la independencia de los dedos, pero sí algo que sea más servicial para mí.
Sí. He's saying since he's not a child anymore, that he's looking for extreme functionality, that he'll be able to start using it to work, not individual bending, but to be able to work with all of his fingers, like either working or whatever.
Yeah, I guess.
This is the way that Peregrine does some pretty rough work with his hands, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's it was an idea because if you do a bunch of the fingers, it may work together quite well. We just haven't had enough people to test it.
Sí, de hecho, el diseño para el dedo es así, con un capuchón, y ya así es las dos falanges. Bueno, nosotros lo dividimos igual, con las tres falanges que tenemos en los dedos, y el capuchón es aquí no es la raíz, sino es el falange del medio, y va a ser nada más movible el falange de hasta arriba. También ese es otro dato que no les había dicho, que como si tengo la falange, la principal, el de en medio se va a hacer para agarrarme, y la única movible va a ser la de hasta arriba. Eso sí es algo que le digo, o sea, y por ejemplo del dedo gordo, bueno, del pulgar, como si tengo la base, sí puedo mover el dedo, entonces ya nada más es cuestión de cómo unirlo con los otros 3, 4 dedos para hacer el movimiento. Entonces, no, yo ahorita sí, o sea, con lo que me están dando, sí lo voy a revisar para seguir, porque sí ya, cada que hacemos una pieza, nos sale ahora, otro reto, ¿no? De cómo hacerle para que, ahorita el reto va a ser para que se muevan las 4 dedos a base de los hilos, y con la movilidad que tiene que ser, y el dedo independiente que es el pulgar.
Yeah, he's definitely going to take some of the things into account so that he can revise his design. And he's got his priorities set for making the parts that have to grab onto the part to grab onto things very hard, and others just for functionality and stuff like that. So he's good.
Okay.
Está bien todo. Entonces vamos a ver si está mucha gente para ver y ayudar. Yo espero, como Lidia, ella dijo que no hay bastante gente que van a usar un dedo o 3 o cual sea. Necesitamos mucho más gente para usarlos y to test them, para
para usarlo y estudiarlos, probarlos.
Sí, o sea, en base, por ejemplo, ustedes ya lo que subieron es el guante, ¿no? Pero le es funcional a cierta gente. Pero, por ejemplo, a mí, yo busco otras funcionalidades, entonces estoy diseñando conforme conforme yo lo necesito. Entonces, así como dices, va a haber otra gente que nada más necesite un solo dedo y tiene que ser funcional, o 2 dedos y también le tiene que servir. Y sí, o sea, hay que seguir buscando gente. Yo desafortunadamente, o sea, los que conozco sí necesitan 2 personas la mano completa. Entonces, ahorita lo primordial es sacar primero lo mío, y ya para que la persona esta que lo está haciendo tenga la experiencia y también me pueda aportar algo para ayudarlos a los demás.
Bueno. Muy bien. Bueno, como tienes un plan y vas a continuar con eso, y si podemos ayudar, vamos a hacerlo. Solo escribe todo lo que puedes en Google Group para que podamos ver lo que estás haciendo y sugerir lo que sea.
Sí, ¿no? Y, por ejemplo, ya de lo que hagamos, pues lo que les sirva a la demás gente, ¿no? Así como yo voy agarrando de lo que voy viendo, ustedes también vayan viendo y le vaya haciendo servicial a la gente, ¿no?
Okay, I think we've done about as much for them as we can.
Vale.
Right.
Okay. Entonces, si no hay más, vamos a continuar con otras cosas. ¿Está bien? ¿O tienes más preguntas?
No, ya no, ya si quieren ya ahorita con los enlaces, ahorita me voy a salir, voy a checarlos, ya para ver si cualquier duda que me llegue a surgir, me vuelvo a conectar y ya para preguntarles si me sale alguna duda de los enlaces que ahorita vea. ¿De
Muy bien.
acuerdo?
Muy bien.
Gracias.
Muchos gustos.
Igualmente.
Ok.
Ok, nos vemos.
All right.
I'm going to post Google Translate Spanish into the chat window.
Hi, Richard. We just needed to work with somebody in Mexico for a little bit. You're not lost.
Yeah, you're right where you're supposed to be.
Feel free to correct the bad Spanish in that post into the chat window.
Chat window?
When we first started the conversation with Blas, he was posting photographs into the main text chat window, not the sidebar chat, but the
Group chat.
Yeah, the group chat.
Yes.
And
Somehow
so
I don't have access to that at the moment.
Yeah.
I joined in a different way, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I've just got my email page, my Google email page, off in a different tab, so I click over to that when I want to say that chat.
Cool. I saw something Gabriel was showing us, but then...
It's your picture. You're on the chat, you just have to open it up in a different window, is all.
I'm not sure where to click, that's the thing. It usually pops up on its own if I got invited the normal way, so it's fine.
Yeah. Sometimes you can go to go to one of the regular browser windows.
Mm-hmm.
And up near the top of the screen, you have the
oh, right.
You can bring up the Hangouts that way, and you should be able to see a list of users. You know, your normal way of bringing up the list of users should show this current chat window as one you can open.
Right. I forgot. Like I said, I'm not going my normal autopilot way tonight.
That's fine. Oh,
So you guys ready for my printer presentation stuff?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. All right. So I showed you guys the hands that I've been working on that are Jason's design, and they are pretty neat.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I printed out 2 more. I'm going to turn the camera around a little bit and show you guys. Let's see what this. That's the printer that I'm working on now, and you can see it's in a state of craziness. And then the printer next to it is the one that I'm using for everything else while I'm building stuff. Now, I did talk with Eric per Lydia's suggestion, and that went awesome. I spent 3 or 4 hours on the phone with the guy the day after we met on Google Hangouts. We had tons to talk about. One aspect is all the stuff that he wants to do, I don't. And all the stuff that he doesn't want to do, I want to. So it's kind of like a perfect matchup. He's got a printer that's in the works that it's completely ruggedized and enclosed, and it's just marvelous. And he's planning on giving them to aid workers, and just like I am, I'm trying to get them to missionaries and that sort of thing. So the product that he's come out with is phenomenal. My printers cost about $500 each. His cost about $10,000. So, or no, I'm sorry, $5,000.
Right.
But it's a marvelous machine. He's actually going to think about putting together a Kickstarter because he dumbed down the machine a bunch so that he can sell it to consumers. And that what they're going to use with that is all the extra money that comes, all the profits that come from selling those printers are going to go towards paying for the ones that he wants to send out for free. So, and since I'm a makerspace, I can afford to offer him the tax deduction, which is something that he's been looking for forever. And that's pretty exciting because he's put a lot of money into it. And you know, I'd hate to see him stop just because he's not getting what he needs out of the situation. So keep an eye out if you know of anybody else that should probably want to get in on this. I would encourage that they get involved too.
Could you tell me a little about your $500 machine that you say is pretty rugged?
Oh, it's made of steel. It's a steel construction printer, welded by hand, I guess, because it's 2.5-inch square tubing, and I cut it and welded it all together. The only reason that these slots are open on the side is so that you can see the moving parts and lighten it up a little bit. It's got this one has dual extruders. The one that I've been using doesn't. The plastic printed parts, if I'm able to get them laser cut and bent, they can actually be made of steel as well, and which makes it a lot more stable. That's what I've done with the red one. All those parts in the middle that were 3D printed on the other one are all encased in metal. They're not. There's no printed parts to keep it together. They're all metal. That's pretty much. I mean, it's not a completely stable design because when the tray goes back and forward, you know, it adds a little bit of wobble, but it's so minimal that it's not even affected any of my prints, such as the hands, and they still come out beautiful, but there's still that chance that it could get a little loose in the field and destroy prints further down the line.
And the metal parts would reduce that tendency?
Well, if it happened, they'll be able to bend back into place instead of just snapping apart. But, you know, the way I made it is so that you can pull the tray all the way to one side and, or actually just remove it completely, because it bolts down up on the top. You can remove it completely and then pack it on its side so it doesn't take up a whole lot of packing room. I know a lot of the missionaries that we've been thinking about do a lot of backpacking, and so you know, a 200-pound machine on their back is not a very good idea. So I mean, one of the things that we're looking at is maybe making them out of aluminum, lighten up a little bit more, and again, getting those parts laser cut and.
Now, is the idea that the missionaries take it into a community and leave it there?
Yeah, because I know you guys have probably seen Project Daniel, where the guy took in 3 MakerBots or 2 MakerBots and a bunch of computers. Well, that's nice, except you know, at $3,000 a pop, you don't get a whole lot of people jumping at the opportunity to just leave them in country at $500 a pop. It's not bad.
Right.
It's almost a consumable at this price point for most people.
Now, what I would suggest is that you also have a repair kit that you sell along with it.
Yeah.
That has some of the more common parts, and that you strongly encourage everyone who does leave one in a community to spend a fair bit of time training them into how to fix a clog, how to get something out of a nozzle that's jammed, all the little things that I spent months looking up on the internet.
Yeah.
If you go to the Dominican Republic and you go out west, you'll see all this wonderful modern windmills out there, some of which still work, a few less every year, and there are no parts anywhere in the country to repair them.
Oh, my goodness.
They were donated by, I think, a Swiss group. and those kind of things make great contributions. But they're better contributions if people know how to fix them. So a repair kit and heavy training in how to use it would be a strong suggestion.
Definitely, and that's one of the things that that I've been working out with Eric, is that I would be doing the training and the hardware questions at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, I would suggest a booklet with how to fix things that is very heavy on pictures.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
A little less language dependent that way.
Those are really rugged looking.
They're pretty what's the word, like rough around the edges or whatever. They're not pretty things, but they're extremely functional, and they do a lot better than some of the printers that I've seen people buy from the internet, you know, from Kickstarter or whatever. So, and I don't plan, me or Eric, neither one of us plans to make any money off of this. Just to see this go to where it's needed. I mean, if we have a printer that goes into country with a doctor, for instance, or 3 doctors, you know, and they plan on doing nothing else but printing prosthetics or making models of hearts or anything like this, and they get there and the printer doesn't work, that's an absolute nightmare. So if the printer can get to where it needs to unscathed and continue to function for years and years, that's monumental for us.
Right.
And for instance, I've got a missionary couple that's going to India with the red one, and they plan on taking it to the red light district and teaching the children there of the situation that they're in a new skill, so that they can actually get out of that rut instead of just being recycled back into the system, which I thought was brilliant. I mean, I'd never come up with that, and that was some of the things that have been really pressing on their hearts to reach the kids out there on the red light district. So
Yeah.
I think that's it for me. I'm super excited. Thanks.
Yeah. So you're basically just building a better frame around a standard rep wrap of some sort?
Yeah. It was actually a design called EventorBot that in a whole it failed. Everybody that made one just kind of bashed it, and I looked at it and I was like, that's amazing. It's got a steel frame. There's no way that, you know, dropping this thing is going to mess it up. But you know, of course, I've taken it and I've added stuff to it, but it's basically a steel frame around a rep wrap. And the build plate lowers, you know, and then the X axis moves, but that's about it. You know, moves from the center. Any other questions or comments or donations?
Perhaps. Actually, yeah. If you want to post a link to whatever Kickstarters you're using or whatever donation pages you have into the R&D Hangout event announcement.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
As a comment, that would be something that I'd be very comfortable with people being aware of.
Cool. I'll do that right now, actually.
Okay.
If anybody has anything else for me, just let me know.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's you covered the important details, and just a glimpse of the equipment gives a pretty good impression as to how rugged they are, how much abuse they're probably going to be able to take. Probably not a bad idea to arrange to teach whatever doctors are going into these places with this equipment how to do repair themselves so that they can set it up and make sure that everything's working correctly when they get there.
Yeah.
And so that they can also train people who are going to stay there on how to do upkeep and repair.
Yeah, yeah. And even the machines that, you know, the maker bots that were on that Project Daniel, I think they had like 3, and there's only 1 working according to Eric, and they've had to, you know, cannibalize parts from all kinds of other printers just to get that 1 working, and I guess Eric either handed them one of his or handed another group one of his. But they've had absolutely 0 problems with it. They haven't had to replace anything on any one of them for a while. So I'm super excited to see, because I'm actually going there on Thursday to meet him in Colorado and take a look at his shop and even grab a printer from him so that I can start working and looking at and learning, because he's all about letting me do that, so I'm going to definitely take advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he was talking about his on a previous hangout, and it sounded like a
beast.
A pretty amazing project.
It's a beast.
He was wanting to. He was talking about maybe taking pictures of off-road vehicles sitting on top of 4 of his printers while they're doing a print to demonstrate just how much abuse they can take.
Yeah, I guess at one point he drove a truck up a mountain with one of his on the back of the truck while it was printing.
Wow.
They got to the top of the mountain and they were like, "Well, it's you know, it's still printing. Let's dump it off the side of the truck." And they did while it was still printing, and it still printed. It still continued to print. So he said, "Well, let's turn it over." So they turned it over, and it still worked. It was still printing all upside down, which is pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah, once it's adhered to the plate, it'll probably stay printing for a long time.
And I guess it's made of bamboo.
Yeah.
The outer casing is made of bamboo. It's a beautiful, beautiful printer. Beautiful. And it's even got the logo for e-NABLE on the side of it or whatever. So it's pretty neat.
Nice. Yeah, he was mentioning that it was bamboo. Bamboo or like rattan, like solid core bamboo.
Whatever it is, he said it's. I guess it's just really solid bamboo all the way through.
Nice.
Because of how much it doesn't expand and contract in heat. And I guess he said something about when it's in the airplane, the temperature change from extremely cold up there to extremely hot whenever it's landing or whatever, that twists metal, and those beams for those railings or whatever, that, and he's like that corkscrew, I don't even know for the Z axis. A lot of people are using that thick square stuff that's
right
turning. Well, he used that on the Y axis as well, and I think actually on all of the axes, I think is what he was saying, because of how much torque he can keep up with the motors, and he raised the voltage to 36 volts. So this thing is like super fast and super non-jiggly, I guess you can say. So. that.
Yeah, I like the idea of using renewable resources whenever you can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do medieval reenactment with the Society for Creative Anachronism, and we use a lot of rattan to make our practice weapons, or our
Sword.
yeah, swords, shields, axes, halberds.
Pikes.
All of that. Yeah.
Aces. Anyway.
My ex-wife is kind of a badass with axes. She does the axe dance pretty effectively, and that's always kind of fun. That was always kind of fun to watch. But that stuff's pretty rugged. That takes a lot of abuse, and I imagine if you weren't constantly hitting it against other pieces of rattan and metal armor all the time, it might even weather well. Although the stuff we play around with is well, it gets pretty worn down. It doesn't sit through rainstorms very well. It sort of expands and contracts and cracks and breaks and things like that. But I imagine if we weren't smashing it a lot, it would probably put up with a lot of...
Yeah, and finishing it, I guess it was just a matter of staining it and waterproofing it.
Right.
With the stain, so it didn't. It holds up to rain, all kinds of stuff, and the heat or whatever.
There's a lot of good like finishing equipment that will make it completely waterproof. So that's easy to understand. Things like polyurethane, or I mean, there's a lot of things that can be used to watertight seal wood, and it would take direct impact with sharp things in order to cut through the finish, which wouldn't rule out, but yeah, it's less likely to have that kind of abuse than the normal blunt trauma abuse.
Like dropping it off of the side of a pickup.
Right, down a hill.
Or just even the roughness of the roads and stuff, just all the time.
Yeah. Just
You would think that much. You'd think that much. You'd think that much vibration would just basically, jiggle everything loose, and you'd have to, re-screw everything on and all that kind of stuff when you stop.
You said screws, and the brilliance of his design is that it uses one thread size for the entire machine. And I thought, man, that's just smart. That's just too smart.
Well, that's not actually parametric, sorry. The fact that it's the same size for all the stuff that's standardized is what I meant to say. Don't mind us, we're just having a weird conversation on the side.
Yeah, my ex and I are not on terrible terms. We didn't break up because of her fighting, and it was more related to sources of income and maintaining the house and all of that kind of stuff. It wasn't.
It wasn't a real problem.
Yeah, it wasn't relation. There wasn't the usual. I still love watching her fight. Any chance I get to see that, it's a charm. It's a wonderful thing. I keep hoping that she gets knighted in the Outlands someday, but I'm probably not going to be invited to the ceremony, I don't think.
Oh well.
Yeah, kind of interesting having. Thanks, guys, for helping with the Spanish in the earlier part of the conversation. I like
Absolutely,
to
that was a pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to be able to contribute, and when I can't speak the language, that makes me feel not very helpful, and it's kind of nice when I can contribute even when I'm not familiar with the language, so I definitely appreciate it. All the help
Sorry,
you guys have.
it wasn't the best environment for interpreting. There's with the delay between video and him not.
Right.
To actually do decent interpreting, you need to describe to somebody exactly how long of a sentence they can say.
Right.
I did a little medical interpreting when I was in the Peace Corps, and it's every once in a while you tell a doctor, okay, stop, let me say that part, and then I'll come back and you can say the rest.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I did a tiny bit of that when I was down in Mexico my senior year in high school, but I just haven't kept up with it.
Yeah, I probably ought to learn some more foreign languages. My siblings are all very, very good at it, so I think I've been a little rebellious about not doing what they do.
Yeah.
My brother is a captain in the Air Force, and he speaks like 5 or 6 languages because of mostly because his work requires it. He does a lot of listening to radio chatter and translating it so that they can find whatever threats. So, and my other brother speaks a lot of Southern Pacific Ocean languages. You know, like where was he? He was at well, you know, Micronesia. Several of the different islands in Micronesia. He spent a lot of time hanging out there a few years ago. So he speaks a lot of languages that don't have a lot of people that speak them.
Yeah, I know that feeling quite well. I think that's one of the promises of Peace Corps, that you'll learn a language you'll never use again.
Right.
In my case, it was Haitian Creole.
Nice. My family are Mormon, so they do a lot of missionaries in other countries, or missionary work in other countries where they learn a lot of languages. And I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm not a member. I don't worship as they do, and therefore I didn't go on a mission. And that's a big part of the rebellion that I was talking about, for reasons I don't speak as many languages as they do.
I'm trying to look up something I was going to share tonight, just an idea for people. I'll let you know when I found it, but just wanted to. It was something I found on Thingiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever done any laser cutting?
Not personally, but I've seen a lot of it done, and I've had a lot of it done for me.
Okay. Because I guess I just need to concentrate on finding it. It's on Thingiverse. I'll go get it. I'll let you know when I found it.
Okay. Thanks for posting that link, Gabriel.
Oh, and
Oh, no problem.
sorry, Nathaniel Stencil wants an invite to the group, to the call.
All right, let me see this one. Nathaniel. I'll turn my video off again so that I don't lock up my client when I send invites out. Which Nathaniel?
Nathaniel Stenzel.
Got him. I think I sent him a post. Did he receive the? Did he receive the Hangout request?
Oh, well, I see him in the chat.
Oh, there he is. All right, he's on.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, Nathaniel. There he is. All right. Does anybody have anything else they wanted to talk about? You know that Lydia's looking things up at the moment.
Well, I did find what I was looking for, but if someone else wants to say something, they're welcome to.
Okay, there it is, the link.
Okay.
So this is
Yeah, go ahead and click on it so it's big.
right.
That way the rest of the group can, the people watching at home, so to speak, can see it.
Right.
Yeah, so it says that you can make this out of wood or acrylic, and I am wondering if maybe somebody could make it out of plastic, like PLA or ABS, as another idea for a bracer.
Right. Another way of wrapping the bracers around the arm.
So I'm just wondering if this would be something that one could design and print out, or is what would be the possible difficulties or pain points for this?
I think the plastic doesn't do well under the laser cutting. I don't think so.
Right. But could we print it so that it has these properties?
Yeah, basically, somebody, I suppose, could scan or make something like this in a design software and make an STL out of it and see if it prints out well or not.
I'm kind of leery that in PLA, anything that is thin enough to bend is going to be a little too fragile.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not about being thin, it's about the design that they cut into it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I'm looking at the points where it's just a little small thing in between the individual parts.
Yeah.
And those are pretty small.
They're actually, oh, yeah.
Yeah, not the part that's bending, but the part that's kind of like the connector in between the parts that are bending just a tiny bit each.
Well, it doesn't look like those are actually moving. It looks like the long pieces that are going across are actually the ones that are bending, and that's concerning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some of it would make it look a little fragile.
Yeah, I wonder. You couldn't. I don't think you could do it using. I mean, you'd probably want to do it with 100% infill or something similar, especially for the area that's, or make the walls thick enough that that where the thin parts are, it ends up being completely filled.
Mm-hmm. Well, just something I was wondering if anybody wanted to take for a spin as an idea. I'm thinking of posting it in the larger group as well, but I figured I'd show you guys because I came across it this evening.
Yeah, that's. And then Nathaniel posted another flexible in the sidebar. Oh,
Yeah,
Raspberry Pi case laser cut.
I guess the thing to do would just be to upload that design as like a picture in a 3D thing, extrude it to a certain width, print it out, and see what happens.
Exactly.
You don't even need to try and get fancy and trying to make it into something. Just a quick test of the pattern to see how well it works would be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just throwing it out there as a possible experiment if anybody wanted to do it. I'm going to definitely tag Andreas in this because this might be something he's already been working on or something he's already tried.
And just the it'd actually be something worth pointing out to Peter and Peregrine, because a lot of the looks of that design would go well with the Talon designs.
Mm-hmm.
They'd probably still want leather actually in contact with the arm, but
Yeah, you don't want pinching to happen because of it.
yeah.
Oops. Sorry, I forgot I was still sharing.
Oh, that's right.
So I kept moving
I
around.
took you off the center when you started browsing around other places. I probably should have actually said something. So Nathaniel said, or posted 2 more links in the sidebar chat. One was a Raspberry Pi case that was a laser cut out of wood, and the other was, it looked like a dog brush that basically printed with thin layers so that it was flexible. Probably printed with something like NinjaFlex or Filaflex. Oh, printed in ABS. Huh.
I would think that the flexible filament might last longer if you printed it that way than in the more rigid types of plastic, but the whole point of the design is to give flexibility to a usually non-flexible material. So.
Okay.
No.
Well, he's talking about the dog brush one, the second of his 2 links. He says that it has a limited lifetime. If you keep bending it back and forth, it will break.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if is that just the brush, or is that a problem with both of the prints? Or it probably would be a problem with the flexible, the cut that you posted, Lydia. Probably would have a limited number of flexes, but it would be a fairly, I don't know. I don't know if you'd want to heat it to have it stay in shape, so that it kind of lost its flexibility, or if keeping it flexible so that when you strap it on and off would be a problem.
Yeah, it could be that it's just kind of a moot point because we already have the thermoformable gauntlet that flexes when you need it to and is rigid when you need it to be. So once it's been molded into place, then you don't want it to move. So maybe this is just barking up the wrong tree, but
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to look into. Yeah, I don't think that would pinch once it's wrapped around a curve. I don't think that I don't think there's going to be a lot of extra flex once it's wrapped around your arm.
Okay. Well, that's all I had.
Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. I might see if I can play with that. Oh, using carburetor cleaner for the make PLA flexible.
Anybody else have anything they wanted to talk about or show off or anything? So everybody stepped away from the computer?
That's possible. Everybody's muted.
No, I'm just muted, and I'm trying to edit my homepage so that if I do get any kind of traffic there, I want people to see the pictures and stuff. So.
Right.
And I don't have anything this week.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, Gabriel, you might even do a post directly to the community just to get more visibility on it. I think a lot of people look at my my Hangout posts, but I don't know how many look at it after the fact.
Right. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I'll probably do that after I finish posting the pictures and stuff.
Right. Once you get the web page all up to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
So let me go create a Google document that we can copy and paste the sidebar chat into. And I might need to have somebody else do that since I'm on Windows today and my cut and paste is broken. Probably a file a bug with Google on that one.
I did put my email address in there, so if somebody wouldn't mind editing that out.
Fair enough. Give me a second, I'll create a Google document. If you want to do the copying and pasting, you could edit it out yourself.
All right.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Ready, break.
Yeah, let's see. Shared folder, give me a name. Sharing. All right, I'm going to post that link in the sidebar chat. And that should allow anybody that has the link the permissions to edit.
Okay. So Jason, can you copy and paste the sidebar chat for us?
Yes. We're working on it.
Okay.
Okay, that should be it.
Good night, everyone.
Okay.
Night. So I never have to click save on Google Documents, right? They just automatically save?
Yeah. Yeah, as long as the message is gotten from you to the server, then whatever you've typed is saved.
Okay, it's there then.
Yeah, it actually shows at the top of the thing. Do you see where it says last edit was made seconds ago by Anonymous?
Well, I see something that says all changes saved in Drive.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Probably because I'm the one who made the changes.
yeah. Basically, it's right in the middle, just to the right of the word help.
Yeah, where it says all changes saved in Drive.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, when it's in the middle of saving something, it'll tell you saving, so that way you can know that it's been saved.
Okay.
Also, if you hover your mouse over where it says all changes saved in Drive, it pops up a window saying last edit was made seconds ago by
Oh.
Anonymous.
Okay.
Cool.
And you can also see, if you go farther to the right, you can see a list of the various anonymouses that are currently involved with editing. And you'll probably see my name on there too, since
Mm-hmm.
I do, along with a chinchilla and a giraffe.
right? So that means you're the Kraken.
Okay.
Sure, I'm not the Kraken?
Do you see a Kraken?
I do.
Then you're not it.
Well, I also see a giraffe. And
Do you see a chinchilla?
No, I guess I'm the chinchilla.
By process of elimination.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to get going.
Okay. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
I'll add the conversation from the text hangout as well.
Okay. See you in a couple weeks.
Okay.
All right.
So, do we want to stay live or do we want to be done?
Give me a second. I'm in the middle of copying. I'll take us offline in a second.
Okay.
Conversations at the beginning. So I will. Okay. See if there's anything here that needs to be edited out. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take us offline. I think we've. Oh. I'm in the middle of filling out the feedback on the Chrome bug.
We're still live, by the way.
Yeah, let me stop it.
Okay.